Hey, everybody. Welcome to a satellite edition of Richie's Rainbow Ride. So, I have posted one video about my awakening experience once before, and it was kind of like a touch on it kind of situation. And then my higher ups were like, it's time for you to really share your story. So, it's really interesting. Today is the 2 year anniversary of um, and this is a big one, of me taking 90 pills and crossing over for 3 days to the other side. Um, the reason why this is coming out is because we all know that there's a massive blast wave of light workers that are going to wake up. And if I can come back from something like that, we can come back from anything that we do. I'll never forget the day, that the evening, it was definitely at night. It was sometime around, I'm hearing 8:30 because they kind of remember better than I do because of where my head was at that point. um, that I took the pills out in the forest and literally slept. Well, technically crossed over because when I woke back up, my body temperature was like 94 degrees. The doctors were shocked that I was alive. Truly a miraculous moment. And I remember I took them and I just remember taking 10 steps and I don't remember anything else except waking up and going, where am I? What just happened? So rewind before that. So I was in every aspect at that point in my life, everything against my higher guidance, everything against my inner knowing. I'll never forget the last time I made a decision about something. I remember I turned around to my ex and I said, I don't know what to tell you. I feel empty inside. That was the first time I had ever felt that. And I kind of just could feel myself shift. So after a precipice of quite the experience, um, I went through my awakening while I was literally walking around my apartment in high heels and underwear, practicing to do a drag career. And I'll never forget when I was like walking around the apartment and I was bitching about vacuuming and cleaning and all this other pressure that was going on because I was so out of alignment. And I heard, I found you. And I was like, oh no, great. Now I'm like nuts. I'm schizophrenic, man. And it just was like full throttle. One of the big reasons that I'm bringing this up now is because I've noticed that a lot of beautiful beings out there, they touch on their awakening experience, but I haven't really heard of anybody that actually walked what I call the Buffy Willow path, and come out to walk the golden willow light path, so to speak. You know what I'm saying, guys? So I'll never forget. There was this one energy that had found me, and then there was this whole council that found me, the Council of Light. And I'm gonna say not teary. I'm gonna get all teary. um, I'll never forget the moment that I made a choice where there was literally a battle over me. There was a battle. This one energy, and then this whole array of light, and they absolutely will play with you. They play with you, not the council, but this other energy will play with you. And now that I'm aware of attachments and stuff like that, and how that's what they attach to, and they attach to those inner things that you don't want to work on, those, we're going to call them inner demons, skeletons in the closet. So I remember I got really tired of the battle. This one energy kept telling me that it was waiting for me and I should go here. And they were all like, don't listen. He's playing with you. We're here for you. We're working with you. That's when all of my activations started. I went from being like, I know something's out there, to knowing everything. It was just everything. And I turned around because I wasn't talking to anybody. I literally had one crystal and a deck of tarot cards. But I was always kind of intrigued. I was always the weird one, the one on the outside looking in, was like, why don't I fit in? I don't understand. And then when I tried to fit in, I was like, this isn't so amazing. But it was just so interesting. So I turned around and I said, I choose this over this. And then I went full throttle. And this promised me financial success, that I would be protected, I would be famous, I would have everything I wanted, just be patient and wait. I'm waiting outside. Oh, I'm not there now. So we've all heard these horror stories. I am living proof of those stories. And it literally was like, the further I chose this, the more they just kind of said, well, all right, you do what you want, because that's just how it works. I made my choice. So this path spiraled me out, and I was getting, I want to use the word darker, but we're going to go nightier and nightier and nightier. And they were just watching. And they were like, you told us you made a choice. And I'm like, ah. Well, this completely spiraled me out, and I got thrown into the hospital. Came out of the hospital, still making choices that were completely out of alignment. And 20 years of hair knowledge just gone, just like that. Because again, I made a choice, but it wasn't about this. It was about a physical choice where I was being given this option to grow and move forward. So hold on a second. I just have to mention quantum codes in this moment. That's all I'm hearing to mention are quantum codes. But so I chose to go back, and that led me down an even further path of nightiness and darkness, nightiness and darkness. The experience that I went through, I remember when I came back from it, I kept saying, I wouldn't wish that on, like, I don't have a worst enemy, but at that moments before I started working on myself, I kept saying, I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy, because it was that intense. And literally, I was holding on to physical life by a thread. And this individual who I chose, catch my words there, I chose, did not hesitate to, because of my choice. See, I still take accountability in that, but I'm also aware of roles that others played. And that dynamic gets bigger, but this is more just about understanding, waking up, having the choice of light and night, and choosing night. And I'll never forget, like I said at the beginning of the video, that night that I did that, and I went down, and I was like, all right, fine, and I'm not that kind of person. That is so not my personality. So when I woke up to the sound of children laughing, and everybody kept saying there was no kids around. Well, then the light bulb went off, that it was the angels. So my vessel was protected while I was on the other side, agreeing to come back. And then I did. And when I came back, it was literally like climbing out. I literally climbed out of my dirt comforter, my dirt bed. And I had to muster the strength to stand up, to project my voice. And I remember looking around when they took me to the hospital and just going, why? Why am I here? Why am I back? Because everything on the other side, I was back in physical. So it was literally like a newborn baby. And if you think about it, when a newborn baby comes into the world, they're screaming, they're crying, they're remembering things, but they're like, I'm so confused. Well, it is legit like that. And I'm speaking from an adult grown perspective. That's exactly what it felt like. And my energy was different, and I was still in shock. And then the path just kind of kept unfolding, and I was literally like then moving through stages of childhood, and this is all in this body, this 2 years ago, and just kind of going through the motions and seeing things from this newfound perspective, and realizing things from my childhood were not imagined, that I was feeling it, and just all these different things. And I remember they had put me on more medication, and all that medication just kept blending my mind. I mean, I legit thought that I was nuts. I was like, who am I to think I'm some goddess and blah, 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 blah. And then I was walking around while I was recovering and started again. And I'm like, uh-oh, what's going on here? What's happening? And then the path started to evolve. Like, I had a very specific crystal I had to go find. All of a sudden, I needed to go buy this crystal. And all this Egyptian knowledge started coming back again. And I was able to look at things. And I'm like, oh my God, okay. And then I dated a Reiki master. That started my Reiki journey, because I was already being shown that I could do all these different things with light, because it's in all of us. It just turns back on. It's an ability. And when it turns on, it turns on. So now I started a Reiki journey, and through that journey, I started to clear, and it was rapid fire. It was a rapid fire, because all I needed to do was get the papers for the attunement and be able to work with it. So I spent about, when I say it was rapid fire, guys, it was rapid fire, between galactic light activations on self, through them, others outside, and my Reiki master, I was full-fledged Reiki master within a year. And that's a lot. That's a lot of clearing and purging. And at one point, it was a little like, yo, what is happening? Because if we think about seasons, which I was not aware of, we purge during fall and winter, and then we bloom during spring and summer, especially spring. So I was doing all this natural energy purging, and then all this energy that I was aware of, Lyran's Gate and all these activations, and I was activating and all this stuff, and then I was attuned to all. It was like, whoa, that's a lot. And it was a journey to step into this light path again. And then I met a beautiful being who knew nothing of this and told me about something in their spectrum. And I just remember sitting there and I'm looking and I'm going, yo, that's really familiar to my story. And it was just really cool. And it took me a while with going through checking in what energies were around, what their intentions were. That path of discernment was very interesting. And there's always discernment, and I've said this in other videos, discernment does not run away. And now I have to just say diamond codes. I'm just gonna keep it going, guys. I love you guys. And it was 11:34 when I said that. So it's really interesting because while I was working in clearing and understanding what had happened and understanding the choice that I had made, and understanding the path back from this side to find balance between the two sides, because I literally experienced both sides. I felt this, and now I feel this, and now I understand both. So I kept saying, I don't understand. And then they said, do you remember Buffy when Willow goes dark and then goes light? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, do you remember how she was when she was going to move into the light spectrum? I'm like, yeah. She was like sitting there and she was like, Mah. Do you remember what happened? She finally did. And I'm like, yeah. She like exploded open and she was so fabulous. And then it was like, oh shit. That's what you're telling me right now. So it's been a path. It's been an absolute path. So whatever your awakening experiences are like, we can get back, and everything for me has just been an upward step, and I get both sides at this point. So it's an amazing journey, and I know this has to go out. It was being pushed to come out. It started the beginning of this week. Today is the day, and then I have another day this week that's really special, and I know what day I'll be recording another video. And it really is just stay true to you, stay confident in your beliefs, feel your love, feel your light, for they only shine what's bright. Okay? And you guys, you got this. We've all got this. And there will be more videos on this topic. But discern who you're talking to and who you are working with. Be wise about that. Very simple questions you have to ask. Are you of pure love and light with pure intentions? Are you of Christ consciousness or higher? And apparently that's it. I'm kind of just hearing sticks and stones. And I'm not going to finish it with the last part of that, but more so like name calling. If there's any name calling or aggressive actions from certain energies, understand that. Completely understand that. And as I've said in the past, absolutely ask names. I ask names all the time and ask to see their faces. And now I'm to mention the Council of Light. Council of Light, Celestials and Celestials, and the Divine Golden Ray energies. And these are all things that I've mentioned before, but this week, like I said, is very special, and there's going to just be full throttle stuff now as it comes in. I know what I'll be sending out for you guys, And quantum, I've mentioned quantum before, where I'm getting just quantum mechanics stuff right now that's starting to come through. And interdimensionality. That actually flowed out this time. I love that. And uh, inner inner core work. Inner core work on in terms of the chakra system. There's a lot of different things that are starting to come through, and I'm going to be sharing that. But I was guided to still work with my unicorns and my fae, and my dragons and my archangels and my Arcturians and all that stuff. So all of that still stays here because I'm to reach out to all those different energy aspects. And I love you guys. That full moon was something. The retrograde has been going since the last week of June. It's still here. It's just different now. It's just different because now it's like, okay, goo gone. Now let's bring in, some blue rays of light. I've been seeing blue orbs everywhere. And this morning, I was going to do something and like, I saw this massive white blast of energy, and I was like, that's new. And the Fae and Elementals, for my Elementals out there, and my Fae guys and girls out there, build stuff for them. Absolutely build stuff for them. It will go such a long way in honoring that connection. I've shown you guys this a million times over, but like, hold on. I want to stretch because the phone is resting between. Her wings are still being built, but for now, she's got this cute little backpack. Yeah, it's so adorable. So yeah, whatever's going on in your spectrum, just keep trucking, keep clearing, keep working. And do your best. Just do your best. They'll speak to you lovingly. Sometimes they'll push you. They'll be like, come on, let's go. But for the most part, they are loving, they are nurturing, and this is all the vibrations of love and light. And if your path is the night path, there's love there too. So it doesn't matter which path, because we all run on different modalical paths. I can't even get the word paths out because that other word was so like, nah. So you do what you do, and you do it until you're called to start shifting it. And maybe that's just your path in this experience for right now. So whatever's going on out there, Klieta a tu orio tu shu utu utu ni ni ani nani ana nuni ni nani nanya roshi sushi zini uli anuju sunu hanu ayu anu ariharo jurami tuch urumu holchu tashu mu oshu ati sachu olo ochu Katiata uru oshu, sochu uriato umu oshu, kakalita atushura, si nu oshu, doro, papa, tish uko, sacha. Shielding, sending you through what your system is needing, and other stuff that's just for you guys out there. I love you guys. I am so appreciative for all of you that are out there. And build your modalities, build your path. Listen to your direction, listen to your heart. Oh yeah, let's talk about the heart really fast. I think I did this in another video, but higher heart, check in, discern which side is the side that you know you're getting your communication from, and which side is the side that's kind of playing. And then also, when you're getting high pitches in both ears, that's just recalibration, frequency adjustments, vibratory auditory upgrading. This, you will know if something goes low. That could be a whole bunch of different things. I'll touch base on that in another video. Oh, really? Usually it can be someone sending you something, someone's manipulating energies to affect you. Someone is running on an ego because they can feel you speaking about something that observatorially they brought into your spectrum, as well as other energies. So yeah, that's a whole bunch of stuff right there. And decipher what is your side. Some of us are left side, some of us are right side, some of us are both sides, some of us are body tingle, some of us are just like smells, glimmers. It's a pulsing vibration over the third eye, something in the heart, something in the gut, and apparently someone with their toe. That's really specific. I love when that happens. So yeah, and journal and write and doodle galore. It will help open up more energy door. So, and it legit is. I've got journals left and right. To the dreamscape builders out there, work with crystals to help that path out, to physical builders, grid your space to bring in that higher vibration knowledge, as well as to form protective fields to keep egoic energies as well as jealousy energies. And for some of you out there, some anger energies that just want to keep funneling around and spinning. Oh, and when you feel it's time to cut a cord, cut the cord. And if you need help, trust in that person that's helping you. You'll know when it's time to release something. If you're being forced to do something, think about who's forcing you. Feel that spectrum out. That's a choice, not something to be forced. And you'll know. You'll totally know. And be expressive. It took me so long to embrace things like nail polish, things like makeup, wearing girls' clothes because I was trying to fit in, and now I've decided, yo, screw that, I'm a fit out. And it has brought me so much happiness. So if there are things that you are wanting to do, but you're kind of choosing not to because of others' projections that you may not even realize are still there, go inside and go, why don't I want to do this? Is it fear of outside people judging? Well, then you're just judging yourself, because that's what I was doing. I was judging myself on like, oh, well, blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And now I'm like, I want to put more polish on my fingernails, because it's a part of our experience. It's a part of loving ourselves. It's a part of self-care. And the gym. Yes, you are so right. The gym and a healthy physical lifestyle, no matter what that is to you, helps with manifestations and creations. And diets, we talked about this the other day. Follow what your diet is calling for. You'll just know. You'll just know. It's what you need during all this vibratory stuff. And there is a Stargate over the next 4 days. And then let's not forget about Lyran's Gate on 8/8, which starts at 8/7 and finishes on 8/9.5. It's really specific numbers. I'm just going to allow it to funnel through at this point. You know? Conduit. Master conduit of information. So it's time. It's time. Gaia is here. Sister Gaia. She's lighting up. Her living library is online. The light workers, they're coming online hardcore, faster and faster, younger and younger, and older. Yeah, and older. So you never know who you're speaking to. Don't judge a book by its cover, because you have no concept of who or what they are and why they're here. All right. Yeah. Oh, Sisterhood of the Blue Rose. Have to just say that. Sisterhood of the Blue Rose. I know for some of you out there, I know there's a special person out there that is going to see this and you'll be like, oh my God. But there's a few of you out there as well. And I'm just going to say it again, Mary Magdalene. And then golden roses. And then there are golden roses with blue energies in it. So we're just going to keep running with that. I love you guys. We got this, dudes and dudettes. Yeah, it's a little bit more serious today, but you know what? Sometimes that raw realness, because it just helps. It helps you guys. And a little bit of an activation in there too. So we got this, guys. I love you. And follow. If you're being called to move somewhere, follow that. And be patient as it evolves for you, because patience, due diligence and patience absolutely brings rewards. It absolutely does. And as one of my Angels of Abundance cards says, attracting, not chasing. And wishy-washiness. Attracting, not chasing, and wishy-washiness. I'm gonna like a human being like. All right, I love you guys. We got this, Toon Dudettes, and stay tuned for another video this week. Okay, the stop button. My nails got too long. Yeah, I know you guys heard that, but I'm keeping them.